This is The Lock Keeper's Heart, written by Neil S. Plakcy, recorded by Neil S. Plakcy.
Copyright 2023 Neil S. Plakcy. This book is a work of fiction. Names, characters, places, and incidents either are products of the author's imagination or are used fictitiously. Any resemblance to actual events or locales or persons, living or dead, is entirely coincidental. All rights reserved, including the right of reproduction in whole or in part in any form. No eye training, without in any way limiting the author's and publisher's exclusive rights under copyright. Any use of this publication to train generative artificial intelligence, AI technologies to generate text is expressly prohibited. The author reserves all rights to license uses of this work for generative AI training and development of machine learning language models. 1. New Hope. By the time Isaac Evans mounted the stone stairs of College Hall, the main academic building on the University of Pennsylvania campus, in the spring of 1871, he had already made his decision to discontinue his studies. He had notified the registrar of his decision not to continue in the fall term. He had sold many of his textbooks to raise temporary funds. The war to preserve the Union had been over for years by then, and though the country was recovering from its devastating effects, Philadelphia boomed with trade, and its streets clamored with people and animals. Even West Philadelphia, where the college had relocated, buzzed with new development. Middle-class families were moving from the crowding of Center City across the Schuylkill to the tree-lined streets. He couldn't stand all the noise and congestion, and found it difficult to concentrate in his rented room at 42nd and Pine. The woman who owned the house had 4 small children who were always crying or yelling in the yard. The only time he could study quietly was at night after they were in their beds, and candles were expensive. Horse-driven streetcars had replaced the omnibuses of yore, and their steel rails blanketed the city. New campus buildings were under construction, and Isaac had often listened to professors over the sounds of hammer and chains in the background. He was tired of the city and yearned for places he had only read about: vast forests, green meadows, the still waters of lakes, and the rushing streams that fed them. This visit to pick up his final paper from Professor Artemus Branson was his last academic duty. The wood paneling on the interior of College Hall still smelled new, though the building was over a year old. Isaac climbed the central stair to Professor Branson's second-floor office. Branson was nearly 30 years older than Isaac, and since Isaac had begun at the college, the man had been a mentor to him. Perhaps it was because they shared some physical similarities. Both were tall.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?